Seguin Cedeno. Did I get that correct? Was that close?
My name is Suhaim Cedeno, and I'm here because my dog is a pit bull, and well, I have two dogs, and that one was the one that my pit bull that's a year and a month old. I've always, since I got him at 12 weeks, I've always had him around dogs, and I started going to this dog park. Now everybody is pleasant, and my dog is pretty calm. And the poodles that are always there with the same gentleman just attacked my dog. And they did this when he was small, so I figured, okay, he doesn't know how to play with big dogs. So I didn't think anything of it. But this Saturday, for no apparent reason, they just pounced on my dog and bit his face. And I took him to the emergency vet. And also, while I was trying to take him away, I have a baby that will be 3 months in a couple of days. And the brown poodle nipped at my baby and took off with his booty. So what I did was I took my dog, took my child, and just left because I didn't even want to I needed to get my dog getting taken care of, and I needed to get my child out of there. Now, I've never had a problem with any other dogs, and my dogs have never been aggressive towards any other dogs. And being that they are pit bulls, everybody stereotypes them as being aggressive dogs and whatnot, and they are not like that. And I'm surprised and I'm appalled that they still let these two big dogs into the park. And this time they nipped at the baby. That's my main concern.
Thank you, Swain. And the last speaker I have on this topic, I believe, is Harry Kessel. Mr. Kessel. Evening.
Good evening. I'm the owner of two healthy black poodles, and several times a week I take them to the Camino Real Park. They're good dogs. They run around, they play with other dogs, and primarily the first woman who spoke to you feels that the park is her personal fiefdom and doesn't want any dogs to be around her two black dogs, notwithstanding her two black dogs play with friends of hers who come there with their dogs and run around and bark and do everything. But they have some affinity against myself having my two black poodles there. They, and she's even called the police to come over, and I talked to the officer and says, look at my dogs, they're not doing anything, and talk to them, and that's it. They play like any other dogs, and they're not biting other dogs. There was one incident where the second lady who spoke to you happened that the dogs were, my one dog was playing with another dog, and just running around the dog. He did. There was a bite, and I paid for the veterinarian bill, and everything was fine. Now, in relation to that, I might say that there's another woman here who came with a little dog, and that dog went after my dog and bit my dog. But I didn't make any deal about it. It cost me $400 with the vet. But, to me, dogs are dogs. And that was it. But my dogs they're healthy, they're happy, standard poodles, they run around and bark. But as I say, there's certain people who have come here, the first woman especially, who's the leader of this, just doesn't want my dogs there. And she's even referred to me as the poodle man. And the notice that came around about this, I didn't know about this meeting until she came to my house and gave it to me. It's entirely improper, Councilman. My dogs I would never take my dogs if they were hurting other dogs or being aggressive. I've had dogs all my life, and they have not caused any problem. In fact, most people that come here, the younger people, I must say, who bring dogs, And my dogs play with theirs. My dog, you know, they play around and bark and, you know, everything and jump around. We both laugh. We laugh and everything. It's just this one woman here who has this idea that this is her place. You know, no other strange dog can come in there. And that's not fair, and it's not right.
Okay.
And I take serious offense to her comments. I don't know about this comments, I leave the dogs alone and that. I don't know what the heck she's talking about.
Okay, Mr. Kessler, I'm sorry that
Yeah, I know. I got
your time is... Yes. Hold on a second, however. I have a question from Councilmember Monahan.
Yes, the claim that you don't pick up after your dogs, what that?
Bob, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't
You don't pick up after your dogs.
pick up after.
That's not what has been said here tonight. That
Well, I picked up today. I had him in the park.
Thank you.
Okay, I do have a question as well, Mr. Kessler. You give your address, and it's not. I mean, we have public places here, but you give your address as in Oxnard. I take it they have no similar dog parks in Oxnard. I'm just curious.
No, sir, there's no other park in Oxnard where they have a dog park without having a leash. Now, there is a park right near where I live, but that park, you have to have the dog on the leash in the park. This is the only place that I know of where, you know, it's made for people to come in and could have your dogs in the park without having a leash on them.
Yes. We'll get back to that. Councilmember Andrews, I believe, has a question for you as well.
One additional question. The lady before you spoke about the child being nipped. Can you explain that, or?
I don't know anything about that, sir. I cannot answer you on that. I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
I have no knowledge of that at all. And I'm in the park with my dogs. I have no knowledge of that, sir. I cannot attest to that at all.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you, Mr. Kessler. Let me tell all of you with regards to this matter. We're not Judge Judy up here. We're not going to resolve this right this second. I'm sorry. You know, you're all entitled to give us testimony, and now you've raised our consciousness to an issue. We're going to have to look into that issue and find some resolution. Councilmember Brennan was right on the money. The council that set into motion, and several of the members are sitting up here, were not in on that decision at that time, but there was great deliberation about taking our parks and doing off-leash dogs, and we could envision all kinds of problems. And there was a formal group called DOG that was started. I talked to one of the leaders of that organization. She was basically chased off by some other aggressive people who felt like it was no holds barred and they could do anything they want with their dog. You know, it's kind of like with children. If you let a privilege get out of hand, you got to take that privilege away. And we're going to have to get our hands around this, because I hate to see everybody's rights suppressed due to the fact that there are some people who haven't figured out that, yes, Ventura has got a couple of off-leash parks, but that's not a place for abnormal behavior. So we're not going to solve this for this evening, but thank you for coming down and sharing it with us. Councilmember Summers, you have an additional thought?
I wanted to ask if this might be a matter to refer back to our Parks and Rec Commission, as
Well,
they were involved in the initial study.
They were, indeed, and we will work with them, and I'll work with the former mayor since he was engaged in that as well, and we'll work towards getting some answers to this. Thank you.